This for study only.
Win. My name is Gilbert Mutudo. Gilbert Mutudo. I am a technician in charge of aquaculture. I welcome you to this unit where we do our trials, multiplication, and other aquaculture activities. Nabwin, on station, we keep 3 species of fish. We keep the mirror cap, which is here. I will show you. We keep catfish, which is here. I will also show you when its time comes. Then tilapia, which is here. And those are the 3 species which have so far been recommended for culture across the country, not only in Abuiv. So we have brought all of them here. A number of trials have been done, and we have recommended them for culture in all parts of Karamoja and Teso, just like all parts of Uganda. So we keep them we keep them in 3 systems, culture systems. We have the earthen pond system, which is on the other side. We have the tank system, which is here. These tanks you see. And the cage system, which you don't have on station, because the cage is put in a big water dam. So we don't have it here, but I have the material. I will show you. So the choice of which species you choose to keep is determined by many factors. One of them is technical, because technically we assess and see which one you are able to manage, because they have different tolerance levels. So after assessment, we determine whether you have all the inputs required for all the species. And according to that, then we advise which one we can give you. But if all factors are well, you can make your own choice, but you can also choose to keep them together. There is no problem with the technical guidance. Now, this cup, I hope it behaves so that you see well. This carp is the fastest growing fish species. It grows very fast and it attains a big size faster compared to other species. So people like it for that, because it quickly brings back returns. However, it needs a lot of water. You cannot have a small tank like this and then you want to keep this one. It will not do well. It needs a lot of water. But its feeding habits are also friendly. It doesn't break a farmer too much. You can find a lot of improvised feed that it can survive on. We actually have nicknamed it an aquatic pig. It can eat almost anything. I don't say Muslims should not eat it. This is a fish.
How old is that one?
This one is just 5 months. But it is a research specimen. Yes. So it has not performed well. It would have grown bigger than this, but we have been trying a certain feed on it. So the impact of the feed has made it not grow to the size that we expect it to have attained. But the big ones are there. I will show you, and their ages. Catfish. Catfish is known to almost everybody. You will find them in swamps, you will find them in the ponds. At least they are very common. Now they have advantages and disadvantages. The advantages, this fish here is the most hardest species. It is difficult. When we came in here, you saw what had jumped out, and all of you thought it was dead. I want to surprise you that if I put it here, you may not be able to pick it. It is very hard. Yet it has been on the sun for very many hours. So that is one trait with catfish. It is a very hard fish. It is tolerant. Whether you and it recovers quickly even after stress. If you lack feed for some time, it will get stunted. But once feed comes, it will pick up and grow. It is not like others. Once it is stunted, it is stunted forever. That is one good thing with it. Then its preference varies from region to region. There are places where people don't like it. They call it a snake. There's a day I was in Amudat and somebody called it a chameleon because I had taken a dry one. So it depends on where you are, but its preference across the country is really not bad. And its other disadvantage, this fish does not reproduce in culture. Once you domesticate it, like you bring it here, it will not produce. So every time you want seed, you must go back to the what? To the hatchery.
Oh.
Yes. On its own, it will not produce. When you take it to nature, in a dam, in a swamp, in a lake, it will produce. So for us here, we have a technology we use to induce it to what? To produce. So we do what in animal would be artificial insemination. We manage the whole process. We collect the eggs, we collect the sperm, we collect everything, and we hatch. I don't know whether you're interested in that process. If you are, I will take you through it. Now here, I have not caught a big tilapia. They are here. Maybe tomorrow I will have caught them. You see, I've just picked these ones when you came. But what I'm able to pick very quickly are the fingerlings of the tilapia. These are the babies. When you go to the hatchery, this is what we give you. And we emphasize that farmers should always go to the hatchery for seed. Because once you start picking from everywhere, you pick from the swamp, you don't know what you have picked. Like this catfish I talked about, there is a small species of catfish which we call the ocephalus, which doesn't grow. It grows to a certain stage and stops there. So a farmer may be misled to pick the seed of the other one, thinking that it is this. So we always encourage you and farmers to pick seed from certified centers. Now, tilapia has a tendency, if it is not managed well, it can grow to a size like this, and if conditions are not favorable, it stops there. It even lays eggs. Now, what can happen? A farmer may go for that one, thinking that it is a fingerling like this. You put in the pond, you feed forever, and the thing is not changing. So we always encourage farmers to go to certified centers for seed. So this is the tilapia. Tilapia has 3 types in it. There is this one, the Nile tilapia. There is another one called the Zilai, another one called the Leucostica. They are there, I will show you. They are in the big dams there. I'm making arrangements to pick them. But among those 3, this Nile is the fastest growing. It is the best performing tilapia species. It has very good traits. It grows very fast. It multiplies also well compared to the other 3 species. Now, in aquaculture, in fish farming, we don't have static numbers. I cannot tell you that you can put 100. No. We look at a wide range of factors. I will come and see how much water you have. How much water are you able to collect? You can see how much I'm pumping there. Very big volume of water. That is too much. If you are using national water, that is too much water. But then we look at how quickly can you replenish your water? How much feed are you capable of providing? And then who attends to that? Because you may have enough water and the feed, but then who feeds? Can you easily know that the water is bad, you should change? You see, if you look at my tanks here, you will see different colors of water. It means different factors. Different factors. So briefly, when everything is okay, you can keep about 50 kilograms per cubic meter. So if you want to pick 50 fish, then you can put, if you want to pick a kilo, you can put 50 fish in a cubic meter. But we look at a wide range of factors. I may say you put 10, but then I tell him you put 50, depending on how I have assessed. Yes. The difference in species. Because in the lake, there is no reason fish should not grow. Space is there, oxygen is there, the feed is natural, there is no reason for fish not to grow. But when it stops at a certain size, That is its species. That is how it performs. Yes.